Pals of the My Stock Life family, we have surpassed 400 subscribers, which you look at that, baby. We're at like 407 right now. Speaking of 407, above 400 is 5, but we're gonna get to that in a second. I am your host, Mr. Tristan Big Guap Brady, and we got my man, Mr. Dr. Love in the house.
As usual, wonderful to be here.
Ah, man, I love this. Every single time we get together up in the library to give you guys the market recap. No cap, but this is the market recap. So, pretty cool week in the markets this week. Tech went crazy, earnings went crazy.
It was a really weird kind of week, you know. You'd expect like all of FAANG, which I called it last week. I knew all of FAANG would rip earnings. Big tech isn't going anywhere. Everyone's always on their computers, you know what I mean? So Google ripped their earnings, Facebook killed their earnings, Apple killed their earnings, Amazon killed their earnings, as expected. But the earnings reactions were a little bit weird, you know. Apple's down actually from its earnings. Google's barely up, Amazon's barely up. Facebook ripped it. Like everything about Facebook's earnings was spectacular. Everything about Apple's earnings was spectacular. Amazon crushed everything. I think everyone was expecting a split there. That's why it's not up even more. But very, very happy with those earnings. I mean, the market's not going anywhere as long as earnings go like that.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, the market's looking strong. If these guys keep on just being behemoths and keep trekking along and taking money from everywhere, like if the Fed wants to keep printing money and then Apple and Amazon and Facebook want to keep taking money, it's just going to keep on going in an upward trajectory.
And also on Apple like went down a lot today, even with great earnings, great revenue growth, great iPod, everything. They're selling everything more than they were last year. Even the iPhones have like a revenue.
iPhones up, Macs up, iPads up.
Everything. So I jumped into some calls actually right at the close today. That's kind of why I'm late today, is because I had to trade till 4:15. I was in a bunch of SPY as well. But I did jump into Apple calls for next week because Berkshire Hathaway actually has a meeting today, shareholder meeting. And as you know, Buffett owns a ton of Apple, so I'm thinking that gives it a little boost over the weekend, and we'll see what happens Monday.
One thing that I didn't see it shape the market too much, but I feel like it's gonna have a later down the line impact, was Biden's not State of the Union, but is addressing to Congress, and he's going on about trying to raise 1.5 trillion from taxing the corporate, promising nobody under 400,000 is going to be receiving that tax increase. I don't think that's going to be a positive mark for the market, because it kind of de-incentivizes big name influencers and people that are trying to become these multimillionaires and whatnot inside of the market, these big behemoths, to take their funds elsewhere, take their market share elsewhere to places that are not going to have the same sort of taxes.
It's kind of good news, it's kind of bad news, because no one under 400K is going to get their taxes raised. So obviously that's helping out smaller businesses, like middle class people, to richer kind of, like, I mean, 400K is not a small number right there. That's a very good earning. But at the same time, the millionaires and billionaires are going to shift like their operations to like Puerto Rico or something, or somewhere where the taxes are deferred or like less taxes. Why would you stay in the States if you're getting taxed like 40% of your money? Like 40% is a lot of money, man. If you're making $1 million a year and he taxes you 40%, that's 400K out of your pocket, like right there.
That's like working 5 months out of the year to pay Biden, or to pay the Federal Reserve, to pay Uncle Sam. And then the 7 months are yours, but that doesn't make me want to work. That doesn't make me personally want to work another 5 months to get that money back. It doesn't make a lot of sense. You shorted Bitcoin today, or was it yesterday that you?
It was today, yeah. So I was short Bitcoin last video. I think you guys remember I told you Bitcoin longer goes here, it's gonna stall out and crash. So I did short it there. I shorted it at like 55 and I took it down to 50. Because it went to 49, it had a wicked bounce, so I was like, I'm out of this. So I shorted there. Nice gain there, 55 to 50, and then I shorted again today because I just seen the hourly was way overbought, and like I'm not gonna hold it over the weekend because there is some news as to why it's ripping. There's a rumor that they're gonna approve a Bitcoin ETF on Monday actually. So that short is still going on right now at the time of recording, but I will probably go back and cover it before I go out tonight.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to have that on the back of my head.
More crypto news. Mark Cuban is pushing Dogecoin onto Ellen DeGeneres. I don't know if you guys heard that, but more Doge is coming up in the future.
Plus, he's selling Dallas Maverick tickets with Dogecoin, so he has to push it. You know what I mean? You have to think what's going on in these guys' heads before they pump something. And I know we laugh a lot about Doge and GameStop and stuff, But with Elon Musk and Mark Cuban behind Doge, I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. And GameStop, actually, there's rumors all over the internet they're buying SLGG, which is Super League Gaming stock, next week. So that's a free play for you if you like some risk. You know, they might buy it and SLGG might explode up.
If you guys are watching at home, please keep that on your watch list.
First time I called out SLGG was $1.80, bro. It's at like $5 something now. I called it out like 7-8 months ago. I don't know if people in premium chat are still holding. I'm definitely not still holding. But it went up all the way to $8 and now it pulled back to $5. And when a company acquires another company, the company getting acquired always shoots up and the company doing the buying goes down. So that's why some people today were like, I'm buying GameStop today. I'm like, I would rather buy SLGG today and then switch over to GameStop later on the dip.
So any reopening plays that you have spotted out for the next coming week?
My eyes are only watching tech right now. I'm only watching big tech. I'm only watching SPY. Like those are, all my trades are based around that. And obviously there's some news around SLGG, so I might jump in some calls on Monday maybe. And then there's a couple of little small caps that I'm watching, VZIO and OCGN, which they look really good chart-wise, and I'm just waiting for them to pop.
Yeah, so I'm looking at Disney. I'm looking at a couple of airlines to see if anything happens. Like everything with UFC just happened this last weekend. They had a full 15,000 fan arena in Jacksonville, Florida.
Record number.
So, and then they're going to be going not this weekend, but next weekend out to Houston and Texas. So I'm seeing more and more reopening plays. I feel like there's not necessarily a revenge, but people are so chomping at the bit to be able to get out of their house and start enjoying these
what a UFC it was, man. That was crazy.
Oh, we want to talk about a market recap, baby. What a card. We'll get into it. We'll probably jump into that more in detail because I'm a huge UFC fan. But on the podcast, my goodness, what a UFC card.
They actually have a stock coming up too.
Yeah.
I heard about it this morning. I don't remember the ticker, but I'm definitely interested in investing in UFC.
Yeah. Oh, I'm super bullish on UFC. The fastest growing sport in the world right now.
Especially with the amount of money Dana White saves by underpaying fighters.
And what are your expectations for SPY next coming week? Are you
SPY? I'm bullish for Monday, and then I'm bearish for the rest of the week. Yeah. Like I think it's over. I think, man, the earnings, I'm just saying like, so yesterday I liquidated a lot of positions just because I wanted more cash because I'm expecting a dip, so I want to buy stuff cheaper and be able to reload stuff. But Monday, I think everyone's expecting lower, so I think we get higher on Monday, and then it's gonna trick everyone into thinking we're still bullish, and then it's gonna take everyone's money from Tuesday to Friday. Could be wrong, obviously. I am wrong sometimes, but you know, a lot of times I'm right.
Yeah. So I actually am the same way. I feel like the negative rumors about SPY are going to be, you know, buy the rumor, sell the news on Monday, and then I'm actually bearish on SPY for the rest of the week.
Nice.
I think we can run straight into bullish or bearish and take this thing on home.
That was good.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
It's always a pleasure, my boy. Always a pleasure. I'm bearish.
I'm bearish on all cruise lines, and I probably always will be bearish on all cruise lines. So what we were talking about with the $1 million thing, how everyone's gonna move their businesses offshore. Basically, these cruise lines already started by doing that. They already started all their, I'm not sure if RCL, but I'm pretty sure CCL and the other one, NCLH, I'm pretty sure they have their headquarters based offshore. That's why the US government's not helping them too much, I think. And who's going on cruises? There's a pandemic.
Yeah. I'm bearish for those same reasons. And then again, they're moving their ports out of the United States so that they can have more of a reopening play when reopening happens. But that news that you made the CCL put call on back it was like a month ago or something like that.
They're not even allowed to operate till November.
Yeah. So for this coming week, I'm bearish. When that reopening actually happens in November, I'm gonna be bullish. I might actually buy some calls with some time on them, like way out, maybe some leaps on CCL or Royal Caribbean. But until then, I don't see them until they're actually up and running and producing revenue again. I don't.
Maybe a month or two before November, you know what I mean? Just to beat the herd and stuff, but not until then. Nothing. Not getting $1 of my money.
No. I'm bullish.
I'm still bearish, man. Still got to get some of the long-term bag holders out. You know, I'm very, very bullish on Palantir. You've seen my YouTube video on it. Like, I made a whole bull case on it, why I love it. CIA, FBI, Homeland Security, whatever. the only ones that cannot get hacked. Well, not cannot, but like least likely to get hacked. We've seen Microsoft hacked, Apple hacked, all these people hacked. But Palantir has way better encryption than all of them, way better security than all of them. That's why they're getting all these government contracts. And I think right when everyone expects it not to go up is when it's gonna rip. So I'm just waiting for that 25.50 level. That's where all the supply is gonna get shoot up, 25.50 to 27. Anything above that, if you want a safe trade, wait for 27. I'm already loaded in equity. I don't plan on selling it for 10, 15 years. So don't really care about next week, but I am bullish on Palantir long term.
I am bullish on this short term, but only just barely. Like they're like you said, they're in that 25, 50, 27, that channel right there, and I don't see them breaking out anytime soon. This week at least. I don't know when that breakout will happen. It's going to be an eventual breakout. I'm super bullish on Palantir long term, like for the same reasons that Love stated. But you know, I don't know. They've just been in such a funk this last like month, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. It's been TikTok, round trip, kind of like up and down inside of that channel. So I feel like, you know, just barely on the bullish side instead of the bearish side.
I'm a bull.
I'm bearish on them. I feel like they're gonna be like buy the rumor, sells the news. I don't see any reason really to invest in American Airlines right now. Their spreadsheets are not looking that great right now.
So I'm very bullish on American Airlines. I don't know about next week, but in the near term, I'm bullish on them. For one reason is because I'm from Toronto. Canada blocked flights to Mexico. So what I had to do when I was coming here is I had to take a connecting flight with American Airlines, which stopped in the US and then went to Mexico. So all of Air Canada's business is basically being lost to American Airlines, first of all. Second of all, I went to Panama for a couple days last weekend, 2 weekends ago, and every single the plane there, the plane back, everything was jam-packed. Middle seat, you're talking like I seen people sitting together in the same seat. That wasn't American Airlines, but I mean, there's so many people on the plane. There's no empty seats at all. Airports were packed. Everyone was traveling. When I got there were so many people from other countries, and I just think like people are they're caged animals right now. As soon as they're let loose, they're gonna take off. Just like UFC, packed house. You know what I mean? Like that's why I'm bullish on American Airlines.
Oh, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that has been the market recap. I'm your host, Mr. Tristan Big Guap Brady, with my co-host, Mr. Dr. Love.
Glad you're feeling better, brother.
Yeah, glad to be better too, man. If you guys have gotten to this point of the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit the comment, make sure you hit the like button. It helps us out so much, and we love doing this for you guys. We love, you know, doing our due diligence and coming to you guys with some facts, some good nuggets, and we hope to see you guys next week. We love you guys so much.
Exactly.
My stock life or no life, baby.
And there's a merch store coming soon. Make sure you get your merch if you want to look cool like us. You know, you gotta look sharp. Look at this hat. Look at that. Ooh. Thank you guys for tuning in.